Christian, turn it down, dude. It's fine.
Zoom. Hello. Is that Kendall?
Get it.
Vera, hurry.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, everybody. Oh, wow. Hi, Chelsea.
How many people are watching?
Hi, Sue. How is everybody? Oh. Oh, my God. I'm supposed to get out. I'm trying to get chocolate over there. It's not funny. I told you I'm trying to get chocolate over there. You're about to wait 6 minutes. Now that my nose is clean up. Look, the back one. How does that hurt?
All right, you can hear me now, right? Are we good? Okay, good. Good. Let me check the chat again. All right, it should be good. You're good. Okay, this is what happens when you think it's always going to work and your kids have been in playing mode. So I am going to go ahead and get started. But first of all, big welcome to everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday Team Zoom. We are going to be here, same time, same place, Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time throughout the month of December. And what I am really excited about is that this is not going to just be about how to be successful with It Works. We love to teach you tips and tricks on how to do wrap parties, how to verbiage for following up with people. We can teach you the how-tos of this business, but these next 4 weeks are going to be all about fixing what's up here or really gaining control of what's up here. Because to be honest, I can tell you how to do a party. I can give you the exact verbiage of what to say if you like someone. I can give you a script. I can give you a button to post. Like, we can give you all that stuff. But unless you, number one, know what you want and believe you can get there, nothing's going to happen. Period. So we are going to, I have to mute everyone. Thanks for letting me know. Mute everyone. For some reason, I don't hear it because I pressed another button. There we go. Okay. Better? Better? Okay. Perfect. Let me know if it happens again, and I will fix it. Everything is fixable. Okay, so at the end of the day, as I just mentioned, you can know exactly what to say when you're talking to a lead. But if you don't know what you want and you don't believe that you can get there, it doesn't matter. So for these next few weeks, we're going to focus on getting right in the head. And that's for everybody, to take your personal game up a whole nother level. So today is going to be an intro to the next series. And I will repeat some of it next week, because what I want you to do is to take this information and get it back to your teams. You know, we have a Zoom that's available for 300 people, and I would love to max it out. So feel free to pass this on to your team. This is going to be a leadership series, the 4 Tuesdays in December. Next week, we will not do it because I will just be getting home from the UK, and I don't know if I'm going to be tired or awake. Like, I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. I get home at 5 o'clock that night from London. But starting on the 6th of December, the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th, 4 weeks in a row is going to be focused on leadership development. So again, I'm going to kind of do an intro today, and I will repeat some of it on the 6th, but that will give you time to make sure your team is involved. Now, did everybody print off this numbers sheet? Good job. If you didn't, let me know, and I'll give you just a few minutes to do this. It's a numbers sheet that was passed along. It was in the Double Diamond group, if you're Double Diamond and above, and your leaders passed it on. What team page are you in, Tammy? Fearless. Lisa, can you put it in Newbie to Ruby and Allie or Nicole? I think Fearless is Ashley Hagar. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Perfect. I sometimes have your team pages memorized. By the way, I'm Denise, if I haven't met you yet. Whoa, that's really bright. Okay. Okay, so this is going to get us started. I'm going to move this light because it's like crazy. Much better. Okay, so if you need 2 of these printed off. This is the numbers worksheet. And don't do anything yet until I tell you. Now, if you do not have a worksheet, this exercise will still work. Obviously, it's just not as experiential. So you'll just kind of have to wait and listen for how it works. So, okay, so everybody get out 1. And do not look at it or start until I give you the go-ahead. But what I'm going to do is change the screen to show a timer. We're like so techie here, guys. You just be so proud of us. I'm going to start this timer, and what I want you to do is I want you to find number 1 and circle it, and then find number 2 and circle it, then find number 3 and circle it. And you're going to do that all the way to number 50. So there's 50 numbers on here. Does anybody have any questions? What I'm going to do is start the timer, and when it gets to the number, actually, I could probably I'll do this. This is better. I'm going to stop it at 4 minutes. And when you see the number, when you stop it, write down how long it took you. Does that make sense? Write down if you've got any questions in the chat. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds. I wonder if I can... Okay, good job, Amanda. I wonder if I can, let's see if I can add a file here. That would be a cool thing to learn. No. Okay. Well, it's on the Game Changers page and it's on the Double Diamond page. So Ruda or Josie, Haley, if you do not have it, then get with the person who's Double Diamond on your page and ask them to pass it down. When we do the 4-week series, what I'm going to have you guys do is register So that way, ask Barbara then, Lily. Barbara should have it. What I'm gonna have everybody register for the webinar. So that way I'll be able to send it to you directly. But what I want you to do is take this number sheet and I want you to circle number 1, circle number 2, circle number 3, circle number 4, go all the way up to 50, and then take a look at the screen when you are finished to see how long it took you. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go.
I find it.
Engineered for maximum windshield contact for clear visibility even in harsh weather.
Good job, Allison. Yep, when you're done, write down how long it took you in the comments. Let's see how long it takes. We will be doing this again on December 6th. So if you missed it this time, you'll get a chance again. Good job, Nick. The counter is going up, Amanda. I changed it. It's a little easier this way. All right, I'm going to stop it in 30 seconds. Good job. All right. So if you're still working on it, you can just go ahead and put 4+ on your paper. We are going to do this again. I want you to get out your second sheet of paper and do 2 things. So I'm going to show me bigger. All right. So what I want you to do is take this paper and fold it like a hot dog. What's up, bud? Am I being too loud? You okay? What's wrong? Oh, it does. Maybe we should put lotion on it. And then I want you to, Julie, I don't want to know why we are seeing your screen. There we go. And then I want you to fold it like a hamburger. So hot dog and hamburger. This is what I want you to do. And then open it up. So you're going to have 2 creases like this. So what if I told you that there was a system behind this madness? That the numbers are not just randomly put on the page, but that there's a system. And all you have to do is follow the system and you could double your speed. You will go half as fast or faster. You'll double your speed when you follow the system. So if you take a look at the top right corner, 1, top left, 2, 3, 4, you'll find that the numbers are in a pattern all around the page. So let's try it again. Now that you know the pattern, now that you know the clear system, do you think that you're going to experience success faster? All right, let's go ahead and try it again. See how fast, see if you can beat your old time. Go ahead. All right. Good work, you guys. Keep posting how long it took you. How many of you were like split your time in half? You know, maybe it took you 2 minutes the first time and then a minute the second time. How many of you cut it down in half? It's cool, isn't it? 30 seconds and I'll stop. Good work, good work. Give everybody enough time here. All right. Cool. Cool, cool. Okay, so thank you guys for playing along with me. Once you knew the system, once you had the game plan, you could go through the exercise without even thinking, really. Isn't that right? Does anybody have, I mean, if you have any aha moment or anything you want to add or anything you learned from this exercise, put it in the group chat. I'm going to connect this system with two types of systems in our life. First of all, this to me, anyone remind you of steps to success? Like when you focus on the system, you can promote with speed. When you focus on the system, you don't have to remake the wheel. You can take action really without even thinking because you're focused on the system at hand and things can happen fast. When you try to remake the wheel, when you try to figure it out, when you're trying to do the hard stuff, it slows you down in this business. Once you have the key to unlock, which is steps to success, blitz, wrap, repeat, step 1, step 2, step 3, you truly can duplicate that within your team. The second system I want to introduce you to is what I have been learning with Jack, and I know a lot of you have heard me speak about this, and you have done your own reading and learning over the past few months, but this to me represents the key for experiencing life success. And that's what we're going to do over the leadership series. We're going to talk about the key. You know, this is the combination lock for experiencing success. It is having your clear, written, defined goals in a time, you know, given that timeline. It's having that visualization, the affirmations connected to it, and taking daily action to achieve your goals. There's a system out there that people who are experiencing success are following. Goals, affirmations, visualizations, taking daily action, repeat, 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 repeat. That's the combination lock. But here's the deal, you have to do it in that order. Now, I can tell you, I've set a lot of goals. I mean, have you guys ever set a goal that didn't happen and you're like, what the heck? I'll tell you a quick story. Every day in the shower, I have a big, you know how you always think, like that's like a great think tank. But I've got a big, what's the word, shower door. And so every day in the steam, I will write 30. I want 30 ambassadors on our team. I'll write 300. I want $300,000 a month. And then I'll write 130. I want to weigh 130. So every day, put this down, put this down, put this down, put this down. And I'm sitting here after months of writing this over and over again. Things aren't moving. Like I'm working out, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing my best, but like nothing's changing. And I was writing, I stated my goal, I was writing it out, but I wasn't doing the extra steps. I didn't have a goal date. I didn't have affirmations surrounding these goals. I didn't have visualizations. I wasn't feeling what it would feel like to experience that stuff. And guess what? I wasn't taking action. like if you want something different, you got to do something different. And so I wrote it down. I was putting it out there. I was like, come on, baby, let's do this thing. Let's go. Come on. Are you coming? Are you coming? I'm waiting. I'm standing here waiting. I'm standing here waiting for you to come. I'm standing here waiting for these 5 pounds to just drop off. I'm standing here and nothing will change unless you change. Period. So I was writing these down and I thought, okay, obviously nothing's changing, so I need to do something different. And a lot of you joined this business for that exact same reason. You want something different, period. You either need more money in your life, you want more time in your life, you want to quit your job, you want to pay off debt, you want to send your kids to college, you want a vacation, you want something. Something prompted you to join this team. And you did it because you want something different. You want something more, right? So I have to ask you this question. Are you utilizing all steps in this key to success? Do you have the combination? Are you working the combination, right? So are you just putting your goal out there and saying, come on, I'm waiting. Here you go. here you are, right? Like 1:30 any day now. Come on. Or are you doing every single step, which is writing your goals, having that affirmations, the time lock, the visualizations, and then taking daily action? One of the things I had to do, I mean, I was working out, but if you want something different, you got to do something different. So I did something different. And what happened is as soon as I started saying, all right, I'm going to do something different, my eyes started opening to other options. You know how sometimes we're stuck? It's like you are in your same Toyota, and then all of a sudden you're like, I think I need a new car. And all of a sudden these new cars start flooding into your vision. Let me tell you, they were there the whole time. But it's called the reactor. It's some cool big word I'll memorize by next week. It's back here, and it filters the things that you notice in your world. It filters it. And for me, as soon as I said, all right, I'm going to do something different, new things started flowing, like coming into my path. And I just happened to connect with a girl, Marcella, who re-signed up in the business because she wanted to rap before her first bodybuilding show. The next week I was signed up to do a bodybuilding show. Guess what? I lost more than those 5 pounds. And it was totally different than what I had experienced before. So the first thought is you have the at work system too. You do. Not only do you have this life system of setting goals, affirmations, time sensitive, visualizations, taking action. We're going to go through each one really specifically over the next few weeks and help you identify your own. So you will have your own specific master plan for this going into the next year. But you also have it for it works. Let's repeat. Get the wrap on people, close them as a loyal customer and distributor. The way you get the wrap on them is different. That's going to be something you got to figure out, and we can help you figure out what fits you the best. But step 1, step 2, step 3, get people in the system, help them become, focused on either customer or distributor. And when they're a distributor, stalk them till they get to Ruby, right? But you have that. Are you doing it out of order? Are you missing pieces? Are you doing some of it, but not all of it? What's going on in your business? Because if you don't like your results, then we have to take a step back and we have to say, we got to do something different. If we want something different, we got to do something different. And so I'm going to challenge you over the next few weeks in both aspects of life. Certainly the business, right? I've had 10 years of experience in this business, and I've been through ups and downs. I've been through tons of different seasons, droughts, momentum, craziness, negativity, positivity, people promoting, like seeing that success on stage. It's been transformational, not only for my family, but for thousands of you on the team. So we're going to talk about how to incorporate this into your business. We're going to get clear on what you want and create an action plan on how to get there. But we're also going to talk about your life. Because as I mentioned, we can give you all the tips and tricks and tools in the world, but if you don't think you can do it, you're not going to at the end of the day. So let's see. I've got a lot of notes here. So the next note is the first step. And again, you've probably, if you've been following me at all for the last 2 years, you know that this is my favorite success principle. Take 100% responsibility for your life. So as we move into creating your business plan, I want, this has to be foundational. For example, I was writing those goals down, but I had to say, what can I do to impact that? I have to take 100% responsibility for everything that happens in my life. We just do. Now, I'm not saying that there's some people that would say that they create or allow everything. That if you're in a car accident, you made it happen. There's people out there that would say that. And I don't know how that all works. But what I'm suggesting is that the people that I know that have experienced the most success, whether they're right or they're wrong, they take full responsibility for what's going on in their life. And when you take full responsibility, it's like you can't complain, you can't blame, and you can't make excuses. And I'll give you examples of each. So the first one is excuses. If you're taking full responsibility and yet you find yourself making excuses, for example, I want diamond, but I don't have time to work my business. I want this, but nobody wants to talk to me. I want this, but, or I want to lose 5 pounds, but I don't have time to work out, and I don't have time to meal prep, and I don't have time to think about this. Or, if you're making excuses, what that tells me, and honestly should tell yourself, is that whatever you're saying you want, you don't really want. You don't. It's not that important to you. If I'm going to say I want a good relationship with my husband, but I don't have time to go on date nights, then obviously I don't really want a good relationship with my husband. It's not that important to me. So you can do 2 things with that. Number 1, you can recognize that it's not that important and change your goal, because what happens is if you put it out there like you want it, and then you're having such a hard time getting there, think about the internal frustration that happens, that you experience. I really want to work out in the morning, but I pressed the alarm again. How good do you feel about yourself? So you can either change the goal or change the action, so you can match. Otherwise, you feel really crummy. The second thing is we've got to give up blaming. Now, in this business, it can be really easy to blame other people, because we only know what we do in this business. It's kind of interesting. We always think we're our biggest rock star. We always think that we're the hardest working person on our team. It's very easy to think that way because we only know what we're doing. So we don't know what other people are doing. And so it can be easy to blame or shift that responsibility or think that nobody's doing anything or that kind of thing. And when you blame, you're giving away your power. You are. And I learned this most recently when I just had, negativity. And instead of saying, oh, that's not my fault, that's just the way they interpreted it, that kind of thing, which is a really easy thing to do, protect yourself. Instead of thinking that, which was my first response, I noticed, because I'm learning all this stuff, it was a cue. Okay, I'm blaming someone. So how can I? What did I do? And I started to realize when I said, what can I do to help the situation? What can I do to change the situation? What power do I have? I didn't feel like a victim anymore. And sometimes when you're flooded with negativity or something's happening and you're blaming others, that puts you in a victim spot and you're giving away your power. And so instead of doing that, what can I do? I was not necessarily wrong in this situation. They probably took it wrong, However, what can I do? I can apologize. I can make sure there's recognition when it's needed. I can do something to rectify the situation, because I certainly don't want anyone to feel that way. So blaming is, again, a clue that you're not taking 100% responsibility. And then we've got complaining. Complaining is like a universal habit. It's like, no matter where you live, right? Australia, UK, US, North, South, Canada, New Zealand, doesn't matter. Complaining is just a habit. It's just a habit. And what happens when we complain are 2 things. Number 1, we complain to the wrong person. You're complaining about your downline to your upline. You're complaining about your upline to your downline. You're complaining about your boss to your wife. I mean, you are the wife. Husband. You're complaining about your husband to your boss, right? You're complaining about to someone that can't do something about it. So again, if you notice that, I think this is just stuff to notice, because when you notice it, you can take that control back. Just recognize that and talk to the person who can actually do something about it. The second thing is that we complain about something we actually can change. You can change it. Usually, you can do something to make it better. Ask for what you want, or get out of the relationship if it's not healthy, or, there's something that you can do to change. There's 3 ways to solve a problem. You can accept it, change it, or stay miserable. And staying miserable is a choice. So when you're complaining, you're just activating that stay miserable option, and it's usually never helpful. One thing I've learned in this business is that venting is not productive. Venting is never really productive. And so I have a lot of people that will be like, I just need to vent and get it off my chest and blah, 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 blah. And I get it. I've been there. But I can tell you it's not going to help the problem. What it's going to do is feed this negativity horse, and it's going to make your habit to be that. We all have got the same issues in life and in the business. And it's dependent on you, what you focus on. And if you focus on this negativity one, which is venting or complaining or whatever, then that's going to get stronger. So what I'd love to suggest, and I'd ask if your participation over these next few weeks, is just to use these as a cue. And if you're willing, I'd love for you to just recognize, and I'm doing the same thing, when we complain, when we blame, and when we have excuses. I'll give you a few examples from my own life, and then I'm going to try to find a way that we can have a bit more interaction with these Zooms and still reach the masses, so we'll figure it out. But one example is the bodybuilding competition that we just did, or that I just did. I was really grouchy by the end, and I was low carb, and I was like whining to my husband, and I was hungry, and I was annoyed, and all these things. And I tried not to complain too much, like I had to go work out at night, all these things. And what I kept reminding myself is, I chose to do this. I chose to do this. I chose to do this. I cannot complain to my husband because I'm the one that chose to do this. And there's just so many times in life. I mean, think about it. You chose to marry that guy. You chose to take that job. You chose to eat that brownie. So we cannot complain. We can't. We can, but it's not helpful. Another example is I was listening to this while I was driving around in Michigan when there's 3 feet of snow. And I remember thinking, Jack, I got you. Because I could complain about the weather. Because I can't control the weather. I have no power here. If I do complain, the weather doesn't care. Like, I can't decide what the weather is going to be like. And in the back of my head, Jack said to me, you choose to live here. So you can't complain about the weather either. Hate to break it to you. And that's what I have to remind myself every time I'm stuck in Michigan and it's snowing or whatever. I choose it. And if I want something different, I have to do something different. So these are just cues for us. They're cues. They help us to know if we're on the right path, if we're moving forward, or if we're feeling stuck. So the next piece of this is deciding what you want. And honestly, I led a half-day workshop with a lot of these principles. There's like 50 some principles, and we really focus on the top 10 in these workshops. And what I learned doing this half-day workshop and taking people through some exercises and a passion test and really creating their ideal day, and these are some exercises we'll do over the next few weeks, is that most people don't even know what they want. And it's because we're so stressed. We're so overwhelmed. We're so, swamped for time that we don't take the time to sit and listen and let our passions bubble up. And that's what I did in California this past week. Was we did a lot of letting things bubble up and really just getting clear on what we want. Because once we know that, we can take action. So imagine, have any of you been around like a group of friends, and this was us in high school. We'd sit around a kitchen table and we'd be like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Has anybody been there? Have you guys experienced that? Now, sometimes people know what they want and they just don't want to say it. Sometimes people don't really know. Sometimes they don't want to step on toes, whatever the reason is. But when you're in that situation where nobody makes a clear decision, how fast does movement happen? Allison, good. Sometimes just decisions have to be made. That's what I learned about being a leader. Nobody cares. We just want to do something. Doesn't matter what restaurant we go to, right? But when you're in that situation, nothing happens. You stay stuck. You're like sitting around the table for hours being like, what do you want to do? I don't know. Well, think about your mind, your spirit, your soul, your subconscious experiencing the same thing. They've got the pyramid, right? Where you can see it. This is your conscious, this is your subconscious. So much happens underneath the surface that we don't really know. This is why a lot of times you feel things that you don't really even know why. A lot of it's happening down here. And imagine your subconscious just being like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Like, so confused. Movement is not happening because it doesn't know what you want. It doesn't know what you want. And so no wonder most people feel stuck, confused, and unclear, cloudy, spinning their wheels, going through the motions, hamster wheel, right? So what I'm going to suggest is that over the next few weeks, we are going to not only take responsibility for what's going on in our life, and remembering that we chose the current situation and we can choose a different one if we want, but we're also going to get clear on why we're here, and we're going to create a life vision. They say, oh, this is another thing I just wrote down. So people want change, but they don't want a challenge. And this is why these next few weeks are going to kick your butt. Because if you want life to be different in the next year, you have to be different in the next year. And if you're not growing in this business, you're not doing this business. If you're the same person next year than you are right now at this moment, then that means you're not learning, you're not growing. And most things are scary. I still get nervous to blitz. I still there's still things that are scary that are growing your comfort zone. So if you want change, you have to be challenged. And if you watched my live yesterday, I said, if you're not challenged, if you're not nervous, if you're not excited, in my mind, the alternative is being bored. Now, there may be a middle area. However, think about it. If you're doing the same thing day in and day out and you're not challenged, when I was at my job, I felt like a zombie, like I wasn't really engaged. I was going through the motions. I didn't really wake up until I was like halfway to work. You're just like, and I would be yes, The Success Principles is a book by Jack Canfield. And I just got trained. It's called Train the Trainer. And he trained us in giving us all these exercises to go with each success principle, which is really cool. And that's what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks. He wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. And what is really cool is he wrote his journey on experiencing the momentum and craziness of Chicken Soup for the Soul and all the things that he went through. And he interviewed thousands of successful people, and they all said the same story. And when I met him and he told us his story from getting the Chicken Soup for the Soul into publication, it's a lot of what we experienced as leaders too. Like staying focused, going through the nose. There's just so many cool things where I thought, if Jack can do it, we can do it. Like, really. He's no different than us. He's just stayed focused longer. Yeah. Anyway, I could go on and on, but it's really fun. But you have to be changed. You have to be challenged in order to experience any sort of change. And if you don't feel changed, then I would ask yourself, am I bored? If you don't feel challenged, ask yourself, am I bored? Why am I bored? What area of my life could I expand or learn to be challenged? All right, the last point before we move into kind of action steps for right now is, let me get rid of this thing because I want to see the time. Okay, cool. 99% is a bear. 100% is a breeze. Now, it's supposed to be a swear word, but I do not swear, and I felt really weird swearing. So you can think about what the swear word might be. 99% is swear word. 100% is a breeze. So I really did look up synonyms. 99% is a bear. 100% is a breeze. Do not make this business negotiable. I'm going to give you an example. So Caitlin's on this call. She'll know what I'm talking about. We are now accountability partners for sticking with our meal plans. And I'm like, I did pretty good today. Pretty good. I had a couple bites of pancake when I'm throwing it away. I've learned just to throw it away. But I did good. So when I am on my meal plan and I do not have cheating as an option, okay? Cheating is not an option. I'm sticking to the meal plan and I'm just doing it. And if I see something I want, like I don't even see the brownie. I can't have it. I don't even see it. I don't have to make the choice. Do you hear that? I don't have to choose. Should I have this brownie or should I not have this brownie? It's not a choice. I know I'm sticking with the meal plan. As soon as I let a choice be in there, it's game over. It's like, do not put peanut butter in front of me. It's really bad. As soon as I think, ooh, should I have it? Should I not have that brownie? Oh, it's just a little bit of a brownie. Oh, it doesn't. As soon as you go down that path, 99, if you are doing something 99% way, right? If you're doing it 99%, it's hard. It's really hard because you have to always make that choice. As soon as you commit to it 100%, there is no longer a choice to make, and you just do it. It's a habit. You don't see the brownie. It's not in that reticular activating system that's in the back of your mind. You just don't even see it. All you see are carrots, peas, and you love it. You know, like it's just, you stick to it. It's so much easier when it's 100%. And I'm going to relate that to this business. If you wonder, should I work my business today? Should I watch The Bachelor and do follow up with leads? Should I? As soon as you make it a choice, it's so easy to not do it. Does anybody else agree? It's so easy to not follow through on what you say because you're going to talk yourself out of it. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Oh, my husband wants to hang out when all you're doing is watching TV. Like you're going to talk yourself out of it. As soon as it's not an option, like as soon as you're 100% and the opposite, there's no choice, you're going to start seeing results because you're going to be more consistent than you ever have in your life. 99% is a bear, 100% is a breeze. Do not make this business negotiable. Make this a part of your daily habits. And I say daily. It doesn't have to be 12 hours a day. Can be if you want to go ambassador. It can be 2 hours a day. It can be 1 hour a day. But I say a day because in order to be successful on social media, you do have to be daily consistent. You know, maybe you choose to follow up once or twice a week with your people or whatever the case may be, but you do need to be daily consistent, at least with posting and messaging to really generate some results in the first 90 days. So does anybody have any questions about what we have just talked about? Those are some of the success principle stuff. I know. Lisa is my sister and also loves peanut butter. Now, she also weighs 115 pounds, so I don't really think she has credibility. You can eat peanut butter, Lisa. No, I think we survive. Yeah, I know. Girls and peanut butter. I don't know what it is. Let me know if you have any questions about the first part of this. And what I'm going to ask in these next 4 weeks, starting in December, is that and again, I'm going to talk about this the first abbreviated version the first time because I want you to feel free to, number one, hear it again, and number two, invite your team so we can really make sure that people are involved. 100% responsibility and getting clear on why you're here. And we'll do more of that on December 6th, but you have to make that commitment. On December 6th, we're going to talk about your ideal day. So these are some things I want you to start thinking about. What is your ideal day? At the end of next year, what do you want? What do you want life to look like? Ideal, 12 months. People overestimate what they can do in 12 months and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Let me say it again. People underestimate or overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10. Because when you stay focused on something, it starts to compound. Okay, so you may think, all right, I want to be a millionaire in a year. Well, that might be not as realistic, but if you keep going, you really can make a huge, drastic change in your life in 10. Ooh, good idea. Good question, Loretta. Okay, so these are the things. When you notice yourself, I forgot, you're so good. When you notice yourself complaining, blaming, or making excuses, what I want you to ask yourself is what did I do to create or allow this to happen? Like, did I do something? Am I absent from my team? Am I working my business as hard as I could? Whatever it is. What did I do to create or allow this? And what can I do to have a different outcome? You know, if I want a different outcome, what can I do? Sometimes you have to change your attitude. Sometimes you have to change your actions. Sometimes you have to change your goals. So what can I do to have a different outcome? At the end of the day, what can I do? What can I have control over? Kristen Kearns once said, stop praying for rock stars and go be a rock star, right? Become your own rock star. And I love that, because as you get out there and you're signing customers and distributors, your confidence is going to grow and you're going to attract more rock stars to your team. The other thing that I often ask and relate to this business is, what books are you reading? If someone calls me and says they're in a funk, I'll say, what books are you reading? And when was the last time you wrapped someone? And are you plugging into events? Those 3 things. Because when you're reading, you're fueling your mind. And motivation is like a bath. You have to do it every day. Just because it's so easy to get in those negative habits. If this was easy, everyone would be doing it. And then when was the last time you wrapped someone? Because the more people you wrap, the more your business is going to grow. I love Carla Panzanillo says when she feels down, she wraps herself, because then she remembers why she loves this product so much. And then the third thing is, have you gotten to events? When was the last time you were on a Sunday call, Monday call? I think often if we're in a funk, we pull away. We're tired, we're emotionally spent kind of thing, when the community is exactly what you need right now. You know, if you feel like you're in a funk, then plug in more. Because even if you don't feel like it, I can tell you, you'll feel better when you're done. Yeah. Compound effect is a great one. I love that one. And then Success Principles, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell, anything by Joel Osteen. Trying to think, any books you guys want to recommend, please feel free to put in the group chat. What else? Looking at my library of books here. I'm always reading something. Layered Leadership by Bob Goshen. That's a good one.
Have you ever read Think and Grow Rich by Neil Patel?
Think and Grow Rich, absolutely. Yeah. Good. And you can get these on Audible as well. If you do Audible, like I try to listen to stuff while I'm working out, if you don't feel like you can sit and read. Good. Thank you, guys. The Secret series. Ooh, my favorite is, what's it called? You Become What You Think About. The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. It's free on YouTube. Awesome. Write these books down, and you should always have one. I recommend reading a book a month if you can. I actually heard that billionaires read 2 books a week. And then I learned that they photo read. Some of my new friends that were at Jack Canfield with me, they photo read, which means they look at a page and then they can absorb it. It's like a $500 program to learn. So I'm going to see if it works on them. I might get it. But Beach Money is really good for newbies. Retire Your Husband is our leadership journey. So good. Good. All right. So now that we've taken 100% responsibility and we are making 100% commitment, let's talk about your action plan. And I know I only have a few minutes left. 3 a.m. I get up at 5. That's not too bad. Okay. All right. Nick gave me a goal. I don't know if I can go to bed earlier, though. I want to hang out with you guys. Okay, so when we're talking about an action plan, and again, we're going to unfold this over the next few weeks. But when I think of an action plan or a business plan, the first thing is summarizing your business goals. What do you want out of this business? What do you want? How much money do you want to make per month? Because it's there. The plan is set out for you. It's there. It's there. Or Miracle Morning is a really good one, too. Yeah. So what do you want? How much do you want to make? And then we need to break it down into daily action steps. So they say start with the end in mind and then figure out how you're going to get there. So you have your year goal, your 6-month goal, your 3-month goal, and then we got to break it down to your daily goals on what you're going to do daily to get there. Oh. Someone's trying to talk, but it's bad signal. So can you type it in? What was that? Okay. If you were trying to say something, type it in because you had bad connection. So summarize your overall business goals. And then we have to talk about daily action steps to get there. Some things to ask yourself are, who are your target market? Are you focusing on moms? Are you focusing on chiropractors, massage therapists, salon owners? Really, It Works target market is everyone, but you can focus on a niche for a season of time. And what I recommend is focusing on that niche until you become an expert in it. Like go through the phone book and call chiropractors and work to schedule an appointment. Book expos, focus on that niche until you become an expert, and then you can focus on another one. So who is your target market? And then creating your daily action steps to get there. The other thing to consider is outlining your potential problems. So what are some things that may pop up? A business plan to me is simply time management, putting it in your calendar and knowing what you're going to do during that It Works time. But what are some things that pop up that get in the way? Kids' activities, or negative husbands, or busy. What is it that pops up that gets in the way? Maybe you don't have a good phone. My phone used to die by 11, and I had to have it plugged in all the time. And this became such an annoyance to me that one of the workshops we're going to do is called Cleaning Up Your Incompletes and Messes. It's like putting, when you get out a pen and you write with it and it doesn't write, and then you put it back in your drawer. So every single time you pick it up and you're like, dang, it doesn't write. Yeah. Those are the little things that we can clean up throughout our day that makes it easier to accomplish our goals. After we learned about this, Brandon got a 4 toaster instead of a 2. We have 2 boys. He's like, this is so annoying. I have to do it twice, these little things that can just make life easier. I got a new phone with a battery pack. Now it doesn't die. So these things that we can clean up that will make life easier. So what are some potential problems, pitfalls that will slow you down? And then ask yourself the question, how am I going to get in front or meet new people consistently? Because although we want to work with your warm market, although we want to meet new people, you don't want to have 5 leads and stare at them. You want to consistently be generating new leads to follow up with. So how am I going to get in front of and meet new people? The next one is, what is your follow-up system? And we're going to talk about training your distributors and mentorship, etc. But getting new people and staying in front of them is a huge part of what we do. So we want to create the daily business habit. If we want something different, we've got to do something different. And we know that the only one who has the impact on our lives is us. We're the only ones that have the most power in our lives. And I know that each and every one of you are brought here for a very specific reason, that you have specific talents and gifts, that not only are you able to help others with health and wellness, but you are able to share your story, your life story, your It Works story, your health story, and impact people all over the world. But it's up to us to get uncomfortable and to challenge ourselves to take daily action. So, what questions do you guys have about the leadership series that we are going to start in December? I am going to set up a link for you guys to register and have your teams register, so that way I can email you the handouts. Yeah, what I'll do, Tammy, is I'm going to post it on the Double Diamond page, so just make sure you know who your Double Diamond leader is, and she should be able to duplicate it down. Kylie, perfect. So stalk Kylie. She'll get it to you. And because each time we're going to have a handout to do. Good job. That's how we know you're a rock star. We're going to have homework. I say that lovingly. It's not really homework. It's really just a space for you to ask yourself questions that you don't normally get to. We're going to talk about your ideal friend or your ideal day. We're going to talk about your passions. We're going to talk about what gets in the way and what stops you. And we're going to push through those barriers. So 4 weeks starting December 6th. They are going to start at 8. I am going to do my best to keep them to an hour, because I want it to not be too long. However, I also know this material is going to be good, and I've never really shared it this way before, so I don't know how long it's going to take. But my goal is an hour. So if it's a little over, just know that it's just because it's good stuff. All right, so we know that we've learned a lot over this last year. I hope you have. I hope you're not the same person that you were last year, because you're learning and growing. And I'm really excited to help you dig deep, get clear in your mind, passionate in your heart, and take action steps forward that are going to propel you and your business to a whole nother level. I'll stay on just a few minutes to help answer any questions. And Carrie, absolutely, I'm your girl, and I will post it on the Game Changer page as well. So yes, have a great Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, Roxana, you guys, I got ya. Have a great Thanksgiving. If you're in the States, I am going to UK, London, for the first time ever on Friday for 4 days. Brandon's putting the kids to bed again for 4 nights. He is a trooper. And then I don't have travel plans till conference. So thank you guys so much for plugging in. I hope you learned something. Share an aha moment on your team page and on your personal page. We want people to know that we are a team that not just focuses on how to do a party, which is important, but we really work hard to help you become the best version possible. So have a great night. Bye.